Alrighty, hey everybody. Good afternoon. Ivan, Diana, Will, Mary, Gary, Mary and Gary. Hey everybody. Welcome to the show. How's it going? We got a show. Hey, General Rush, good to see you. Sergio, my man. I meant to tell you about something I did today. We'll see. I pitched something. We'll see what happens. Anyway, we've got March 18th, 2025, 5 p.m., 30 minutes of awesome. Kimberly, my favorite subscriber. And just so everybody knows, I'll probably be cruising out of here sometime. We're probably not going to stay forever. I got to go to my dad's birthday this evening. For those of you that met him, he turned a ripe old 70 something. I don't know, 74, 75, 74. Yeah. Anyway, and little kitty turned 7 today, I guess. Anyway, we got the FOMC tomorrow. Hey Joy. Hey Kay. Good to see everybody. Diana. Tell my dad happy birthday. And he's still kicking too. He's in the other room working. I mean, still taking calls. Anyway, we've got Powell's speech after the FOMC rate change announcement or lack thereof. Powell's speech coming out at 2:30 tomorrow. Probably going to bring some volatility between the two things. I'll probably be live on a roundtable from noon to 1. Then I'll probably go live for channel members like 10 minutes before. I'm not going to guarantee a long FOMC live stream. It's been kind of boring the last couple times. I mean, honestly, Powell's gotten really good at controlling the expectations. So we may stay live for like 30 minutes or so. See how it goes right into his speech. If nothing's really moving, I'll just wrap it up. Anyway, yeah, happy birthday to him. So we'll see. I'd tell you what I got him, but I'm not sure that the live stream, I didn't leave the live stream up in the other room, so I don't want him to hear. Tell you tomorrow if anybody's interested what we got him. It's kind of funny. Anyway. Oh, I guess Kimberly could tell you in the chat, but that wouldn't. He's not reading the chat. That's 100% certain. I'll tell you that for sure. Anyway, FOMC meeting tomorrow. What do we expect? I expect some chaos. What happened in the market today? Well, we didn't ramp it higher. We got the pullback. We'll talk about that in a minute. And then we've got the press conference, which is just Jerome Powell giving a speech, kind of outlining why they did what they did and what they expect to do. 8 times a year, so basically every 6 weeks, roughly. It's kind of how we go about this every time. We'll get through this one, then after that, not a lot the rest of the week. We got unemployment claims. We get the OPEX on Friday, but that's pretty much it. We have a big quarterly OPEX coming up Friday. It's kind of how the week's going to unfold. Big events of the week, FOMC, and then OPEX. Options expiration, if you're not sure what I'm talking about. That's it. All right. Gaton, good to see you, my man. Wolf, Dan, good to see you. Dan Wolf, Sledge. All right. Any questions about FOMC? What do I expect? Nothing. I don't expect them to raise rates. I don't expect them to cut rates. Just a big bag of nothing. Nothing. He already said last week, Trump was front running him, but he already said he expects it just to hold rates steady. And we did poke through. Then we've pulled back a little bit on the Fed, the DGS2, which is the blue. The blue chart is the DGS2. The orange chart is Fed funds. If you're in TradingView, you just pop up here in the upper left-hand corner where you put in the ticker. You put in Delta Golf Sierra DGS, the number 2, right there. And then you click this little plus button right here. And you type in FED, FUNDS, which is Foxtrot Echo Delta, Foxtrot Uniform November Delta Sierra, FED, FUNDS, right there. Click the button, put it on the chart. That puts the orange on the chart. Then you'll probably have something crazy going on the chart over here. Put it to regular, not percent, and not indexed or not log. None of those stuff. We want regular. That puts it in the interest rate. Gives us just the straight vanilla interest rates right there. which is 4.0, which is the 2-year constant maturity rate, and we get 4.33 on the Fed funds rate, which I thought was funny. One of the other, I guess it's one of the brokers I have, maybe it's Alpaca, said they were going to have the Fed funds rate plus 1%. So currently the Fed funds rate is 4.5 plus 1% makes it 5.5% on margin. I was like, wait a minute. The Fed funds rate is a quarter point range. So they're taking the high end of the range. So anyway, I don't know, whatever. Anyway, those are the important numbers. We're probably going to hold it because that's not a lot of cushion right now. If you cut it a quarter point, we'd be below the market rate, or at least we'd be getting close to the market rate. I don't think they want to cut it that close. So anyway, that's what we got. That's what we're looking for. Yes. Well, anybody surprised at what we did? And that's pretty much exactly what I said we were going to do this morning. In fact, look at the fib line. I drew that fib line down there this morning, and I haven't moved it since. I didn't put it on there, and sometimes I get lucky. I mean, it's not perfectly on the low. It's actually slightly off the low, but that was where I put it this morning when we wrapped up the morning show. We didn't go anywhere. We sat right there all day long. Boring AF. We gap filled and then just sat there. For a goose, if you're watching, you wondered what the devil happened. We gap filled the contract rollover. Retested the 30 minutes roadmap line and parked, waiting for the FOMC. That's what happened. That's pretty much the summary of the day right there. Not a lot happening. High to low, we still have, I mean, there's still potential we go on down to this zone. And tomorrow, this could sit in a relatively tight range all night. Boring AF. Come up into FOMC tomorrow afternoon and get a crazy candle somewhere down here maybe. And then go ripping off or break down and go lower. It's a coin toss, everybody. Coin toss. Which way is it going? I can't say for sure. It's a coin flip. Absolute coin flip. Can't say for certain which way we're going from here. As long as we are above this 30-minute line tomorrow, up has a nice potential. But that's a low time frame on the 30-minute. Look at the 1 hour. We're sitting right on it. Look at the 4 hour. We're underneath it. Look at the daily. We're underneath it. The big time frames, the ones that matter the most, we're underneath them. 3 days still below us. We could go hit that. It's not impossible. Now, for the people that was like, it was a giant dead cat bounce, blah, 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 blah. I mean, I heard all sorts of stuff today. I wouldn't call that a dead cat bounce. Yeah, dead cat bounces come up and right back down, just as faster than they went up. This didn't go anywhere. This is just a 3-wave correction. Right down, held support, not concerned yet. Ideal support right on the 2.272. Was it a little outsized on that last move? Yeah, a little bigger than I wanted to see. Could dip. One more dip. This could be an A, a B, and a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of a C that we could see just a little lower. If this is boring the crap out of you, I'm sorry. I just like to go through what happened today. Make sure everybody's on the same page. You understand the price action here. This is not bearish. This does not look bearish at all. Actually looks kind of bullish. I would love for that to hold the 1 hour right there. I mean, the 1 hour and the 30 minute right in the same spot. 30 minute just slightly lower. Right in the same spot. I would love for this to hold and to turn higher. Go rock and roll and get out of there. Go break through the daily. Go break through the 4-hour, which is slightly above it. There we go. In Q, slightly different story, but basically the same. Did poke a little bit below. This one concerns me just a tad more. Just a tad more. We did gap fill. Just like I said we would probably do. Went a little extra. Got the 30-minute, got the 1 hour. Holding. Holding. Golly, it was boring. It was like watching paint dry all day, right? I mean, not much to do. Not my favorite days in the market to just watch it. It makes a big move and then sits. It's not my favorite. If you're not liking that action either, I don't blame you. We did hit a 50% retrace right there. That whole move up. It's nice ABC back down. We might make one more little spike down. That's potential. Could happen overnight. Could happen tomorrow during FOMC. It's on the be right out here tomorrow afternoon. Can do that. And then as long as we're holding above that 618, and we're right in the vicinity of the 30-minute and the 1 hour roadmap line, potential for the bigger upside. It's potential. Now we got the 30-minute line up here that's resistance. We've got the 4 hour right up here that's resistance. We've got the daily right up here that's resistance. And we got the 618 right up there. That's resistance. So it's resistance, all stacked above us. Gonna take some effort to break through. Nothing's new. Just highlighting all the things in case anybody forgot. If you missed this morning's show, or you just haven't watched me for a couple days, these are all the things I'm watching. Now, Russell here, this one topped in December. Actually, November. Down in December, slight bump in January, and further down all the way to March right here. So this has been down December, January, February, March, almost 4 months now in a correction. If we rally back up here to the zone where we consolidated for almost a month in February, January, February, if we consolidate, if we reach back up in that zone where we consolidated, stop, don't really get above that at all on the next rally, that's probably an A wave. Whatever this does between here is probably a B wave. And what comes after that? Continuation lower. That can go down to 1,500 on the next move. That's what we could see. Now, why would I say that with such confidence right now? Check it out. Already got the fib line right there. That projects all the way down in this zone. We've got an alert right there at 1,800, alert right there at 1,600, and a potential down to 1,400. So 1,500 right in the ballpark there. Just happens to line up with this one over here also. That would be the 1272 of this first move down right here. Everybody thinks this is like crazy mystery levels where you're not sure where JT comes up with them. First move down, we just copied that, moved it right over. First move down right there. Should pull it just a little bit to the bottom. That high went just a little above, which that's okay on a B wave. So that could be an A, that could be a B, this could be a C. And if we're getting a C and we're getting an extension on it, the 1272 is right there. The 100% is right there at that low. And we usually make a lower low, so that would be right there at 1,600. And then we've got the 1618 down here at 1,300. That could be a pretty big flush out in the Russell right there. Pretty big. We're talking about 700 points down from where we are right now at 2050. The potential. Like, it doesn't have to go that far, but that's a 700 point if we go all the way to 1,300. Big picture. And we're not talking just like this is going to happen next week. We're talking about this might happen for the next 2 years or something like that. Entirely possible. This could last out to 27, 28 out here. There I go, moving things I don't mean to move. Oil still showing some soft weakness here. Not really. I mean, this is not ideal. This is not going to shock me one bit if that was the back test of this trend line. And in the next, possibly tomorrow, we do this down to a lower low right down here. Then the low we got all the way back in 2023. Yeah, May 2023. That was the low. That's the important low right now. If we flush off of this back test, which is, we back tested basically the last 2 days of trading. We get the next flush. Right down there's my primary target. Here's an extension target right there at 60. And then if that doesn't hold at all, the major support right down there at 50 right there. So it's not crazy. I mean, it's only $16. We could do that in like a day on oil on a big flush. So who knows what the reason would be? I don't care. I don't care what the reason would be. Brent, which is European oil, different story. We made the lower low right there. This did the lower low. Then back here in May. Already did it. This one might be signaling that it's about to reverse. Could this reverse without CL? Doubtful. Doubtful. But we've already seen this go lower than CL, so they could reverse, and CL could go lower than this one down here. RB1 exclamation point. This is gasoline. Now here's the crazy thing is that gasoline is set to rally. This could rally strongly while we still get a lower low in oil. That would blow people's minds. Absolutely blow people's minds. But we're in a seasonality quagmire right here. Check it out. Historically, we rally into the summer months on oil. Happens every year. It's what's already in the oil prices right here. Looking forward. Now, oil prices and gasoline prices declining. But we have those. I clicked the wrong button. We have those gasoline prices that spike in the summer. The oil prices, you can see right here, trending down. There's no seasonal pop in oil. There's not a seasonality to oil, but there is to gasoline. And this is gasoline specifically. Wholesale prices, not pump prices. We get a historical bump. All right, there's a cost to switching to summer blend. Cost of switching over. There's a higher demand. Even though it's supposed to be cheaper, lighter, cheaper to produce fuel, whatever. Not the way it's priced. Priced more expensive and cheaper down here. Summer driving, more expensive, cheaper in the winter. Heating oil. Diesel fuel. Look at that. That's interesting. Got a same sort of thing, but it runs a little ahead. It actually gets most expensive in the fall and drops off into the spring. Starts back up into the late summer, into the fall, back down into the spring. It's interesting. A little different on the forward curve of heating oil. And heating oil is down here at the lows. This is not suggesting strong demand in diesel fuel. We could see that come on down. Gasoline, different path. We could actually see gasoline. We haven't seen this in a long, long time, but gasoline prices could actually go higher at this moment, while diesel prices go lower. And I just flinched and hit the space bar. That'd be interesting. I think it'd be interesting. Now, natural gas, also there's a seasonality component here. Typically, into April, we see a large pullback, and that is very evident when you look at the futures contracts chart here. Typically, historically, we see a large pullback into that April contract. And we see a ramp into December. April to December ramp, December to April, giant drop off. We see that over and over and over in the pricing for the next 10 years. That's what that's showing right there. What have we not gotten so far? Where's the drop into April? Seasonality-wise, that's what the market prices in every single year for the next 10 years. Does that have to happen? No. But that sure does look like it might happen. Sure does. Gold pushed out higher, a little higher today. Didn't really go any higher than it was this morning. Just kind of sat, churned around a little bit. Not really making big explosive moves. Just consolidating under the high. Not very impressive. Could we push it on higher? We might. This could also be a sign of a top. This, one of these is going to be the top, and we're going to do a bigger retrace, and it's going to freak people out. Highly likely. Silver, a little bit sketchier here. Not really pushing through that prior high, and certainly not making a higher high yet. When you look at the big chart right here, we still got some room to break out here. Gold at all-time highs, but silver has got a ways to go. $50 all-time high, and 60, possibly 75 would be the target area up here if and when we can break out. I'd love to see it. I'm not convinced we're going to do it yet. I just have this feeling if I buy right now, we're going to get a pullback. I just got that feeling. Doesn't matter how long I wait. It's going to wait till I buy till we get a pullback. And for me, I'll just wait till we get a pullback and then buy. And if it never gets to the pullback, I don't take it that opportunity. There's plenty of, the market is a waterfall of opportunity every single day. There's no reason to have FOMO. Just because I trade silver doesn't mean you have to trade silver. Just because I trade Bitcoin doesn't mean you have to trade Bitcoin. There's no FOMO. There's opportunities every single day, all over the market. Copper looks like it wants to take another dip. But if we actually break out somewhere in the 540, 560 area, potential targets, maybe even all the way up to 616. Not totally convinced yet, but we could see it. They could do it. That would be an all-time high on copper. Not too shabby. Got that high, got that low. We've been grinding at 525. 587 will be the next target up. And if things got really spicy, right up here around $8 would probably be the most I expect on copper. Dr. Copper. Now, if China's economy actually does start hitting on all cylinders again, this will probably go on a rip. Usually a big indication of global economic health right here. I have been expecting this to take another turn down, but so far that hadn't been the way it worked. That is a three-wave move right now. Be careful out there. And that just completed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 without overlap. This could end, and it can end violently with a big, deep retrace on copper. I caution you to please be careful. Other things that are interesting, they changed this pork contract. Let's see. And pork hadn't really been, this is, instead of pork bellies, this is pork cutout. And it just hasn't been performing since they messed with it back here in 2021. They messed with lumber too, back in 2021. I don't know why they decided to do this. Like, they messed with lumber, they messed with pork, lean cows. That's, yeah, look at that. Cattle's just been straight up, not letting up. It's one of the biggest runs in cow prices I've seen. I mean, wow. No wonder food's so expensive, right? Eggs at least took a big bath. I don't have the egg chart on here. Eggs at least pulled back a little bit. See this right here was a multi-year, that's like 15-year pullback, and then we're hitting extensions. Looks like this could rally on up to, see, we hit the 1272 or 1448, excuse me, pulled back to the breakout, pushed it on up, hit, trying to go for the 1272. That'd be 213 a pound on the hoof. Potential pullback again, and then rally on up to 280. That'd be $2.80 a pound, or $280 per 100 pounds on the hoof. It's getting pricey for cattle. You lose 60% of the hoof weight when you butcher it. Craziness. Kimberly doesn't like me to talk about soy, so we'll skip that one. Take a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin just can't get a move on yet. Sitting here consolidating. Not liking this roll-off action. like this, like how we arced kind of. That's not showing much enthusiasm. If we're going higher, that can result in an arc that comes back lower again. Don't really want to see it get above that March high from last year, right before halving. Don't really want to see it get above that. I mean, below that direction. Below that, don't really want to see any kind of candle close for the day down here at all. So I can set up for a bigger flush out, and I think we're close enough to being done here. But it doesn't have to wrap up. But it's like Bitcoin, potential for a big rally. S&P, potential for a big rally. Nasdaq, potential for a big rally. Russell, potential for medium-sized rally. Gold broke out to all-time highs, looking for a pullback. Silver, looking for a pullback. Oil, looking for a dip and rip. Everything's kind of aligning. It's kind of weird. Everything's kind of aligning, even if it doesn't feel like it. Even if it feels like it's a nasty trading environment out there, it's not really that big of a pullback when you zoom out and look. Now, sure, some of us probably on the wrong side. And if you're long Ethereum from the all-time highs, you're debating your life choices. This might dip down to a lower low. Low down in the triple digits. 3 digits. This is not looking very strong. If we get below these lows from back over here, right here, back below that $15,000 to $1,600 area, probably going to take a dip. It could be pretty nasty. Pretty nasty on the futures, below 1,000, but on here, maybe down to 500, 600. That's not going to be not too good. No bueno. Anyway. All right. So we're to the point in the show. We're to the point in the show where we're going to do requests. Channel members have priority. So channel members, throw them at me. Looks like we have low attendance today, so I may not go very long. I'll try to hit all the members. I got my dad's birthday I got to go to. Just a reminder. So let me know. I'll get your ticker. Use complete tickers, 1 per person per request. Then wait for somebody else, and I'll hit you. And FCX. Oof. That certainly doesn't look like strong copper right there. That's why I'm not sure if the copper chart is accurate. This, I predict to go on down to the 20s. That's just the way it looks. This is what I expect the copper chart to actually look like, and then break lower and come on down. So I'm not sure that's going to be bullish at all right there. Please be careful trading that if you're going after it. Marvel. Gosh darn it, I hit the wrong key in the wrong order, and now it's going to freeze. There we go. Potential for this to come on down lower. 57 area. Probably. Nothing changed there. BRK.B. Not C. B. Berk B. Come on. I see all this. And just rocking and rolling. Potential to go on up. 562. Watch out for the retrace. It's going to happen. That did the normal retrace to the breakouts. Push on up. 1618. Watch out. 524. This area right in here could be a top. Could roll back down to the roadmap line. So down to 460. Support. 560. Upside for the next target. That's a large. Gosh, what is it? Almost a 20% variation right there. Target and the supports, 17%. It's a pretty large range. Be careful on something that expensive. GDX pushing on up at the target 45. Watch for the pullback. That was just 3 waves though. Makes me wonder what's next. May retrace to the breakouts and push it on up. 47 next level up. 51 above that. There. That may not be the end. We may do another extension even higher. This may ping pong what I call climbing the fib ladder here. We go ching 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 ching, something like that. climbing the fib ladder. Why do I use the fibs I use and not any other fibs? These are the ones that tend to work more than others. I mean, sure, maybe something else. That's the ones I've come to rely on right there. After years of doing this, these are the ones I like. NEM is just hovering. Hovering. If we can break above the 51 area, right there, potential to going up 62 to 64, somewhere in that zone, right there. That would be where I expect to maybe run out of juice on NEM. I'm cautious here. That was not very clear on how many waves, like the wave count on that. Not very clear. Not very clear on that. Just a big flush. We've got a 1, 2, or maybe an AB. Not sure. It has the potential to push us on up into this zone up here around 70. I'm just not sure. I'm not convinced we're going higher high past 100 anymore. But the setup calls into question whether we can do that on the next move. Just not sure. All right. Looks like don't have many channel members. So now channel members are just like regular people after all that. So CLF, back to the top. That's flushing down the toilet. Target's still down here. $6, $7 right there. Uber. Yeah, I hit R before E. Now it's got to freeze. Uber's just sitting on the roadmap line. It's been a sideways chop for a few months. What do you mean, JT? Take this, check this out. How long has that been sideways? A year. If you zoom out the chart, that's a year going sideways. Roll back 1 year. Hadn't really gone anywhere. Try to go higher, try to go lower, try to go higher, try to go lower, try to go higher, try to sit in the middle. If you just look at that, it might dip again. If we can hold the roadmap line, break back up through 618, we could potentially go higher, 90, 93, but seems much more likely a stock at rest will stay at rest and just keep chopping in this range. Just keep messing around. It's what they do when they're in a consolidation. It's difficult to predict the end of that, and I probably wouldn't guess that it's going to end anytime soon. ALC? No. There's a risk for Uber. There's a risk for Lyft. If and when the Tesla Cybercab hits the street, those might dump pretty hard. So I would watch that right there. ALC did a big dip, big rally higher, stopped at that 618 retrace right there at 93.50, turned back down, sitting right in the vicinity of the roadmap line. Looks like we might want to go deeper. As long as we are under this high right there around 96, it is probably set up with a bias down. Right like that. Nothing really changed on that. CRM, nothing changed here either. Just hot on the bottom. Potential to flush on down to the bigger target zone on the bottom, down around 210, possibly even down to 190. Just not feeling that one. If we were to do a big rip down like that, potential hold support and then rip back up higher like that. But we kind of need that flush out. Like it, we did this kind of loosey-goosey 5-wave up. Now we're doing a retrace. That could be a deep retrace. Could take us all the way back to 150 area for the next move higher. Why I say loosey-goosey? Look at that low right there. Look at that high right there. Then you skip this high right here. You go back to this low. Overlap. This high right here. This low right here. Skip these two. Overlap. Ugh. That's overlappy garbage. It's unreliable for trying to get high probability trades out of that. So it's a bummer, but that's what we got. Walmart's working on finding support of the roadmap line. Between this and Costco, giant upside potential bounce in retail. That was it. XLK. No, XL. Dang, I can't remember. Like, there's so many of them. XLK, XLY, XLE, XL, consumer discretionary. Dang. And now it's got to freeze. Cool. Gosh, love it. All right, it's frozen up. Awesome. And it won't even let me draw. Won't let me do anything. Cool. Gosh darn it. Freaking thing. There it goes. Now pop up XLY and activate the drawing tool. Cool. Let's see. Yeah, now I typed the wrong thing. Freaking thing. Gosh darn it. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna kill this thing. Where's the web browser? What's going on? It's not even using memory. I'm not sure what's going on. It's weird. I don't know. Weird. Maybe I just need to click the save button and reload this baby. Maybe it's just got enough buffer built up in it. Yeah, it won't even reload. Look at that. One of these things is not like the others. Shh. Crazy. Something's using memory, but I don't know what it is. We'll see. All right, moving on. That was Walmart. Costco, as I said, I click back on the right screen. Costco has a nice retrace here. We're just sitting consolidating under the roadmap line. If you don't have that on your chart, it's like $5. Links in the description. If you're like $5, JT, that's expensive. Click my name right underneath me over here. I think I'm on the right side. Right under me. There's a logo for the channel. Click on that. Go to the homepage for the channel. Watch the video that's pinned to the channel. There's like one that's popped up that will play automatically. If you've been to anybody's homepage, mine is the roadmap line. That's the cool thing. It's like $5 if you want to buy it. If you just want the code and know how it works for free, just watch that video. I give you the code. I give everything for free. So, I mean, a lot of people hide behind paywalls. I give you my most valuable indicator for free and tell you how it works. Right there. That would be resistance right there on Costco, and there's the upside. So I look at that and Walmart as kind of the indicator. Like, how's the consumer feeling? Kind of weak. Be careful. SoFi. That one's also looking kind of weak. Be careful. I mean, that looks almost like the Costco chart right there. It's crazy. We turned down off of this big. See where we topped out right after it IPO'd? Topped out. Made this box right there. The bottom of the box is where that bottom was and that bottom was. So we kind of consolidated this area right here. Created this resistance zone. We dropped out of it. Came back up. Couldn't get to it. Retraced again. Came back up to it. Hit it. Stopped. That's a bearish 3 waves up off the low. Big pullback. We do a 618 retrace. This might be heading lower low. Be careful. Permacautious. Lower low. That's lower than $4. Ouch. Be careful on SoFi. I would not be highly confident that's just going to turn and rip. Yum runs. Pizza. Taco Bell. That came up and hit upside targets. It's doing that fib ladder climb right there. So we came down, we came up, and came down, came up, found support, popped up, kept ripping. We did a little chop between the 1272 and 1448. Did not quite retest the breakout here. Hit basically in the vicinity of the 1618. Pretty close. Doing a little intermediate retrace. This may pop up and hit that. It may retrace again before we can push on up. 200 area would be next upside after we got above 167. If you're looking to get out, anywhere in here now would be a great place because we may go on a bigger retrace. Doesn't have to, but Pizza Hut, KFC, Taco Bell. Whew. We'll see what happens on Yum. All right, CMG, further downside to go still. We're getting close, but not quite there. Almost. I'm getting close enough. I'm going to put alert on here. This right here is an opportunity. Opportunity for a bigger upside potential. Somewhere up here around 100. Return. It's not a giant. I mean, it's big, but it's not giant. And then potentially coming back down again. There. That's what I see on Chipotle. VOD. Vodafone. Just consolidating down here at the bottom. We kind of missed my target there. Don't usually miss. Got close. Popping up. This looks like a hot mess. I mean, I don't see a reverse split, but this is about as hot a mess as you could possibly get here. As long as we're under this area, lower low, highly likely. Highly likely. Be careful on that one. ALCH. ALCH. There's no ALCH. Snow. There's the support. Here's the resistance. And then there's resistance above that. Downtrend of highs. Goes back a ways. This is a 618 retrace of that move up off the lows. If we hold that, sets the potential to come up here to 353. We can do that pretty quick. Although it could, it could take, it could go slower. Could take out here. Either way, I'm in a bullish position somewhere up in here. It is slightly underwater, and I'm just waiting. Just waiting, because if this holds, now if this breaks down below 122, we're probably looking at a lower low situation. So 122 is kind of the line in the sand before we would expect something down below 100, maybe in the 90 area. But if we hold this area right here, around 140, 140, break back above the downtrend of highs, somewhere in this 175 zone, 175. We'll be looking for upside potentially all the way to 350. 350. 350. Be pretty nice. Now it could stop at 287, 240 to 280. Could stop in that zone right there. And if it did, that might be indicating that we're going bearish. So I really want to see it get that continuation up above 352 if we're going to go back and test some new highs. Snowflake for you. TME. Sitting, waiting. 17 on the upside right there. I spin the target for a little bit. ACMR. Potential to rally up to 63. This has been a long time cooking. Didn't break down below the support zone, so 63, 66, 64, somewhere up in that zone. Maybe even if things get sparky from here, could even get up into the 267 area. This might take a little while. You see the climb rate has not been super high, so may do something like that. It could be out 2027 maybe. Tesla. Everybody's favorite stock to hate right now, but it's just consolidating between support and resistance. Support right here, resistance right here, just consolidating sideways. If we break above 300 area, right where the daily roadmap line is, that probably sets the stage to rally back on up to 500, 600 area. If we break down below this, we're probably going back down to 100. That would kind of suck, but that's what we got cooking right now on the chart. J&J dipped back down into the channel. This appears to be a fake breakout. I would expect this to come back down in the 130 area. Now, if it breaks back up through, cool. We have all these other highs as resistance at 175, 180, 185. Got to get through all those. But if this continues back down at all, daily roadmap line support at 155, then, like I said, somewhere down in the 130s. And CCJ has not been super awesome. Sitting down here at the lows, we may not turn it. Be very careful right now. Potential to have a support, but we are testing that 786 level at 40. 78.6% retrace from the July low up through the December high. Sitting right in there. If we break down below that 43 area at all, easily come down in the 30s, possibly even the 20s. 25, not another question. That's dangerous. Like those highs over there, easily go hit that 30 area. Easily. Right there. Not sold on uranium being any kind of... I think uranium was overhyped. And I think I said that back when it was like everybody was talking about it like crazy. Now almost nobody's talking about it. And it was overhyped. And it takes years to put a plan online. And there's just no way anything's going any kind of fast. And UE, Nucor, same kind of situation. You see the big, like the hype was back here, and it's just not been able to live up to the hype. And I'm not sure we're done on the downside. This one may go even lower down to 100. We're respecting the roadmap line from below. May push on lower. Right down in here. Be careful. CMTG. Well, that looks pretty bad. So that could go out of business. Resistance right there. And lower low, not unexpected when we're doing something like that. Google. Support is right there. Kind of scrape the top of it. Why did I put the top where I put the top? Because of that little dip right there. This little consolidation right here. That right there is why the bottom's where it is. Right like that. I expect it to hold here. If we get below this, Google's going for a bigger trip down. If we bounce off of here, might see a new highs. Gonna have to use the fib tool from the high. God, that was just like a month and a half ago. Down to low today. That I'm not sure that fib line looks like it's in the right spot. There could be more downside to go here. This would look better. Man, that looks gnarly, but I think it looks better right there. Now it could bounce from here. Entirely possible. This little consolidation could be all that we need, right around 185. We break through it. Got to break through the roadmap line too. Break through that 185. It sets up the upside for 214. I've heard a lot of hype on Google and how it's, it's going to transcend the pullback and blah, blah, blah. It's the best AI play and people aren't, blah, blah, blah. Be careful. Be careful. This thing can pull back. We're seeing rotation out of the Mag 7 into potentially the rest of the market. And Google's a Mag 7. Tesla's a Mag 7. Nvidia's a Mag 7. Apple's a Mag 7. Ouch. Almost to the bottom, potentially. Amazon, breaking down. Another Mag 7. This one gets below 180. Watch out for that bigger go. 150. Man. And Microsoft. I don't know. That could potentially be done, but it could be looking for one more little dip. And that could happen tomorrow. And then we could start the potential upside. Meta, another Mag 7, just dipping below roadmap line today. I was kind of expecting that to hold, but it's not. Yikes. There's the resistance. That would be the upside, but this could go on a bigger, deeper retrace. Could be looking at something coming all the way back down in here. 400 on Meta. Yeesh. Netflix, not really a Mag 7, but be careful. That respected the 618 so far. If that turns down, we can make another leg. Third move. Looks like a first move down, a retrace. Next move down will put us somewhere in this ballpark for Netflix, if we're going to do it. Can the market roll higher while these Mag 7s go lower? I don't know. It's a difficult question here. NVIDIA back tested the roadmap line from underneath, pulling back. If this doesn't hold a 618, got those other targets coming into play. Right there. Possibly down to the 70s. 70, 88, maybe 97. I've had this outlined for weeks. And if this doesn't hold down here, we could be looking at something down in the 40s. Yikes. Be careful being over leveraged on all this stuff. Be careful. Google, like I said, support, but it doesn't have to hold. We can go lower. ATX. Sideways chop for a long time. This is, some of you get a kick out of, I'm like, when the more I zoom out, the worse this looks. Basically below the IPO price still. It's gone nowhere for a decade. There's no opportunity there for me. I like trend pullback continuation. I don't like nothing. This looks like a big bag of nothing right there. Big chart full of nothing. Nike still hunting the lows. We dipped in the target. Ran up to the roadmap line. Turned promptly down. Back tested from underneath. It's going to have to make one more. It's probably going to have to make one more lower low. Probably something lower than that low right there. Something down below 68. That's what it looks like on Nike. FTNT. TNT. It's dynamite. And that big pullback, or that high right there in 23 to that low in November 23. First move up, retrace back into July 24. Next move up, hit the 1618, retrace back to the roadmap line. Could come as deep as this $80 area. Retest the breakout and make the extension up to 170 possibly. And so that's what I see for Fortinet, FTNT, and FMC. We're down to 42 people. FMC. I'm gonna cut it off here. It's been fun, everybody, but nobody. Just not having the enthusiasm for this show anymore. So there you go. Let's see if any more channel members made requests. We have not got any. I'll hit a couple more people that premium members. Cool. Nothing. TD. Whew. That was probably going on down. There's the line in the sand. We get below that, probably going lower. And Celsius. I have a holding in that. Looking for that to pop right there. And yeah, that was pretty much it. Sorry, everybody. There's not many people on the show, so probably gonna wrap this up. Yes, I went through the other morning, yesterday morning, I think it was. There's the target, 90. So. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you again in the morning. Same bad time, same bad channel. Remember, FOMC, 2 p.m. Cautionary time, cautionary tale. probably going to have market volatility. If you're a channel member, I'll have a live stream for you tomorrow. If you're not a channel member, maybe you consider being a channel member. It's like $5 if you want to do that. You want to come hang out with me during the FOMC. Otherwise, I'll see you around Discord. Bye for now, everybody.